Welcome to the third lesson on computation skill. In the last lesson, we have seen how to teach two-digit numbers, adding actually, that is with carrying and without carrying, and how to develop the computation skill further. So that was the concept. Hope you liked it, the way we have to introduce those things. Now in this lesson, let me give you an idea how to teach subtraction of two-digit number. Of course, once again, there are two categories, with borrowing and without borrowing. Before that, let me just mention a few games which you can use in developing mental computation skill. So adding two-digit number we have completed. Here there is one very important thing which you have to remember. Extension of the skill. What do you mean by extension of the skill? See, for example, after the child is able to add two-digit number, whether it is with carrying or without carrying, this type of question should be given, and it should not be too big also, 3 or 4, and child should be given sufficient practice to add these numbers. Similarly, addition of two-digit number with single digit. See, this is one problem. You can just test. Give two-digit number and one single-digit number. Sometimes children will have difficulty because they may not write 7 properly. So there will be calculation error. Therefore, this also we should teach. And the third one is horizontal addition. Of course, this is there in school actually. I have seen many teachers teach this also, horizontal. See, sometimes textbooks are written as a suggestive method. Everything is not included, but well-written textbook definitely will have all these aspects. Then 25 plus 56, etc. Then this can be added. Even horizontal addition is also required. You can understand this like, see with the example. See, when we are learning driving first time, the driving instructor, teacher, takes us first in a very plain road without any traffic. Sometimes it is out of a city where there is no traffic. Once we gain some confidence, he will take us to a road where there will be ups and downs and also curving, because where we have to negotiate, where we have to drive, where we have to apply the brake, everything we have to learn. Then in the final stage, he takes us to the very busy traffic area. See, these are the three stages. See, they follow the psychology. So that is a simple, though it seems to be very simple. Same way here also, when we are teaching certain skills, first you give very specific structured situation where child will be able to perform and understand. What is very important is understanding. Once that is over, carrying it further is not difficult. So this is called extension of the skill. Now child can play with the operation, addition of two numbers, addition of with carrying, without carrying. Instead of two numbers, three numbers. Instead of horizontal, vertical, it is horizontal. Instead of only one type, two types, say two digit and one digit. See, unless we provide experience, child may think that okay, adding means only two digit, two numbers. So this is one danger. Therefore, extension of the skill is very, very important. So that is one thing which you have to remember. Now the next very important question is this. After teaching two-digit addition with carrying, without carrying, should we teach 3 and 4 digit also with the same method? Answer is yes and no once again. If you think that your child is very fast and it does not require, I don't think it is, because you are not teaching like in school. See, I am not telling all this for the teacher. I am telling for the mother who is helping the child at home, because all these things are already done in school. The problem is, I am not telling that it is not done in school, therefore you are doing, not that way. You are just strengthening it by providing the better and better approach. So that is the only thing. So if it is required, definitely you can do with the same procedure. If it is not required, don't waste time. Instead of that, you can concentrate on developing better and better skill, higher and higher level of skills in the child. So this is what we have to understand. Now let me tell you some very interesting, very simple games to develop mental computation. Of course, these things you may be knowing, but if you don't know, please see how interesting it is. There is a concept called jump counting. in primary school. See, you can see problem is this, all these things sometimes primary school, teachers, though they know they want to play all these games, because of the number of children in one class, it may not be possible. That is one thing. Second one is, there with about 20 25 children, managing is very difficult, because you see, this is the psychology of children, especially this type of game when you are playing. Even if it is 7 8 students, it is very difficult to play, but for you it is an advantage. You are sitting with a child, so it is one to one, so very easy to play the game. So the procedure is like this. See, the child should add number. You have to announce one number. Say for example, you can start with 7. Then you should give the instruction. The child should add mentally the number 3 to the 7 and tell. Then next one, once again for that number, that's why it's called sequence. And then child should announce the sum. Say for example, child should say like this: 7. First you are telling 7. Then mentally child adds 3 and say 10. Then you can say 13. Then 16. Then 19. Next, like that you can keep on. You can just say next, 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 and child should mentally compute and tell. So this is one game. You can see this is very good game for development of mental computation. Similarly, there are many actually. Alternate jump counting. So this is a very good game actually. Once the first one is done, see, once again you have to announce the number 7. But here the rule of the game is this: the child should add number 2 first, then tell the number. Then child should add 3 and then tell the number alternately. So that is very, see here, child should be very very attentive also. If a little bit carelessness will give you wrong answer. Therefore here the sequence is like this: 9, then sorry 7, then 9, then 12, like that. So first 3, then 2, first 3, then 2, like that, or first 2, then 3. It can be anything, because rule you are establishing. See, this game also can be played with 2 children. Suppose you are having 2 children at home or some neighboring child, you can involve 2 of them. Then one should add 2 and tell the next number. Second one should add 3 and tell the next number. Even father, mother and child can play this game. But when adults are playing with the small children, one thing which you should remember is, sometimes we are very fast, so we will say 7 plus 2 9 immediately. So child will be discouraged. You must also pretend as if you are also struggling to add. Then only this game will have effect. Otherwise the very purpose of playing the game will be futile. So this we should know. This I made it very clear in the previous lesson also. Whatever is easy for us is not easy for them. Whatever is yeah, not interesting for us is not interesting, may be interesting for them. So we have to look at this type of games and activities from the child's point of view. Then only we can also enjoy. Now let us go to the subtraction. So once again, there are 2 categories. Without borrowing, one category. Second type is with borrowing. So I have given you here 2 examples. 23 minus 12. Of course I have left some of the conventions. I have not written plus and minus sign, etc., because I know I am not teaching, I am just telling you how to do it. Therefore please note, there are many such omissions actually in my presentation. Sometimes there may be even spelling error also. I say while typing I might have committed mistake. Even calculation also I might have committed mistake. Please bear with me for such mistakes. So these are the 2 categories. One is 23 minus 12 without borrowing, and another one is with borrowing. Now let us see how we can do it. Concept of subtraction, of course I don't think I have to discuss this issue with you. For example, with the help of concrete objects like beads, buttons, definitely we can develop this concept. And normally this is developed in school, but still you can also try. Now let us directly go to without borrowing, how to teach. So first step already. You write a number and then explain. For example, unit place 7 and 5 are there. There are 7 minus 5 2, and in 10 place 4 minus 2 is there. So 4 minus 2 2. So this you can explain. And then instead of going to the next step, that is child should do the activity under the supervision of the teacher, that is the second step. So what we can do here is verification first. This is always better, and sometimes these steps are not very rigid. You can interchange, sometimes you can avoid some of these steps. So these are all should come through practice. Say this is the place value chart. So 47. So 47 is the number. Now here subtraction one advantage is this. You need not use the second row also, because there when adding you have to show the place value chart for first number as well as second number, then you have to add. Here what you are doing is from 47 you are subtracting 25. So here already you have shown unit place 7 minus 5. So therefore you can show directly this, remove 5. So how many remaining? 2. How many I have to remove from 10 place? 2 tens. Therefore, you remove. Now you can ask the child how many remaining. And using the place value only, there are 2 tens and there are 2 units. So 22. So definitely child will be convinced. So this is also 2. This is also. So see here also, instead of one activity, I have just telling you one thing. But you can take beats in different category and then say some 4-5 different cases you can play. So that child will be convinced, okay, this is how subtraction is done. So all these changes you only have to think and do it. Then step 2, of course, I told you this, I need not mention once again. Give a few similar examples in paper or slate also better. Then allow the child to do it. So that child will gain the confidence. Okay, I can do this type of question. Then the worksheet, this also I have told you. For example, I have shown you one worksheet. It is absolutely, sorry, here I have written minus also here. So because it is a worksheet I prepared, because we are giving it to the children, so minus, it is better to write whether it is minus or plus. Then this can be given to the child and the child will be able to complete it. And this should be a regular practice, as I told you, in developing the written work and computation. So this is the first category. Second one, with borrowing, of course, this is not easy. It is easy for us, but it is not easy for the children to understand in the beginning. Show, this is the suggestive procedure. Show the procedure with a demo like this. Say for example, you can take, here I have changed the grouping for my convenience. So it is 43. Therefore I have written 4 tens in a different way and then 3. Now what happens is, I have to remove, even you can convince the child. See, 25 means in the unit place 5 is there. I have to remove 5 beads from the unit place. But how many beads are there? Only 3 are there. So from 3 you cannot take 5. It's quite natural. Therefore what you have to do? So you can see here it is very, very crucial. Therefore I told you, see, whatever is easy for us is not easy for the child, because for the first time they are learning this. So it is therefore it is not easy to teach mathematics unless we understand all these minute things. Then what we have to do is, it is called borrowing. Therefore we have to borrow 110 from the unit place, sorry, 10 place here. Now you can ask how many are there in the unit place now. That is why it is called borrowing. So 10 plus 3. So 13 are there. Child should actually count how many are there. From this one you have to take out 5. How many you can take out? So how many remaining now? Let the child only count. So it is 5 plus 3. Therefore, and second one also, you have to remove 2 tens. So 2 tens also removed. Then how many remaining in each place? So one is 8, another one is 1. Therefore definitely it is 8 and then 1. Then you can tell what is the method of subtraction, say using in calculation. So those things definitely you can tell. So that is not a difficult thing. Rule should be given. Give a few similar example and show, allow the child to do it. So this is the second one. This I did not mention actually in detail, that you can understand. Working rule, of course. So after that, see, even you can take this one, this type of example. Then meant, see, every time child should not use the chart actually. Now you should say, for example, first example, 5, you cannot subtract 6. Therefore, what you do? Take 10 from 8. There are 8 tens are there. So 1 10 you take, so it becomes 15. All these things even you can writing, you can show that 15 minus 6, that you have to write. Then there 7 remains. See, otherwise children make mistake. See, we don't even write that as 7, 7. Even we borrow in the calculation, we don't show in the number 7, 8 will be 8 only. That we don't change. So, but mentally we have to say it is 8, 7 minus 5, like that. So, there children will have some difficulty. That should be taken care of. Once that is done, sufficient number of examples, then use worksheet. My suggestion here is, especially with borrowing, children make lot of mistake, because one problem is this, it is a inbuilt problem. 85 for example, after taking 10 from 8, we don't write it as 7, that is 8 only. And here also, after taking 1 from 4, we don't write it as 3. Mentally we have to say that it is 3 and 3 minus 2. So this difficulty we can understand, but child may not have no that much understanding. So you should be very slow in convincing this type. Then of course use worksheet, it's not a problem. Prepare some 3 4 number, say 5 or 6 depending on the situation, then let the child. So this is what we have to do in subtraction. I have gone bit fast in this lesson, because I thought it is not proper on my part to repeat the same thing over and over. So, but I have covered all the aspects. If you like this video, please share. First, please subscribe and then share with your friends, so that let it be useful to others also. I am very happy. A lot of mothers are watching this video, and I have got some feedback also on the people who I know personally. So there is a lot of positive response. So that convinced me that I should continue this work. As I told you, there are a lot of activities, games, then concept building exercises which can be used. See, in teaching, as I told you very clearly right from the beginning, there is no, it is sky is the limit actually whenever we want to use. But since, because so many methods are there, activities are there, we cannot take everything also. That is also their limitation is there. So we as teachers, when we use, we should understand how much we have to use and where we have to stop, all these things. In the next lesson, let me take multiplication. This is a very big area. Especially I would like to tell something about the multiplication table and other things. Let us meet in the next lesson with computation skill related to multiplication. Till then, bye, take care. Let us see in the next lesson.